Starling is a free open source development framework for writing Adobe Flash games using the ActionScript language. Starling games can be run on various platforms including mobile devices and desktop computers. Now, Starling has been generating a lot of interest recently, so here I want to show you how to download everything you need to get started with Starling inside Visual Studio using SapphireSteel Software's Amethyst IDE. Now, of course, if you're already a Flash, Flex or Amethyst user, you'll already have much of the software already installed, but go through this tutorial anyway to check. If you already have a commercial edition of Visual Studio, that's fine. If not, you can download the free integrated shell edition from Microsoft and go to this page to get it. Now, once you've got Visual Studio installed, you'll need Amethyst installed into it. And if you aren't already an Amethyst user, you can use the trial version to get started. And you'll need to make sure that you've got the Flex framework, that's version 4.6 installed. And you can get that from Adobe. You'll also need the Adobe Flash Content Debugger and get the latest version. So at any rate, it needs to be version 11.2 or higher. And you'll need Flash Player 11.2 or later Content Debugger for the web browser that you'll be using. So by that I mean when you run and debug your applications. So make sure that you get the right one and download and install that, also from the Adobe site. Also, download the Flash Player 11.2 or later Player Global SWC, and that provides APIs required for Starling development. You need to use this version instead of the older version supplied with the Flex SDK. So find playerglobal.swc in the Flex SDK, that's in the directory frameworks/lib/player/11.1, and rename it. Now I'll rename mine with its version number, playerglobal.swc_11_1. And then copy the new version, and here that's version 11.2, and rename it to playerglobal.swc. If you want to develop for mobile devices, you'll also need the Air 3.2 or later SDK for Windows. And here you can see the current version is Air 3.3, but it might be something else by the time you watch this video. So download and extract Air onto your computer. And finally, of course, you'll need the Starling framework itself, and you should download that and unzip it onto your disk into a directory of your choice. And now in Amethyst you need to set a few defaults. Go to the Visual Studio Tools menu and pick Options, then Projects, and Amethyst. Now here you need to set the Flex SDK path. That's down here, and I've already set it, but you can browse by clicking this button if you need to. So here the path is flex_SDK_4.6. And now I need also to select the Air Developer Tool path. That's up here. And that's in the bin directory of the Air SDK. And I've selected adt.bat. Then you need to select the Air Launcher, that's adl.exe from the same directory. OK, once you've done that, click OK to save your defaults. And now you're ready, you've got everything installed, and you're ready to start programming Starling using Amethyst. So in my next tutorial, I'll explain how to create your first very simple test project. For more information on creating Flash applications with Amethyst, go to the SapphireSteel software website at www.sapphiresteel.com.